my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
Dang, son.
Don't talk to me!
Griff gang.
Good for you. Hi, me again. Hi, are you serving cheeseburgers right now? You're not a marriage scammer. I gave my cat away for you. Like these people who have, they have children. Can you not take them to the park? My dad's my uncle.
Dad, if you're watching this, Sue Slimer. I'm not hungry. Like, that salad really filled me up. That hot dog is juicy.
I'm fat. I'm obese. I am fat. Heath is my brother. He's my brother. You know? Yeehaw! You think your life will be so much better struggling here with 500 kids and no money. Okay, good luck. Hillbilly, crap, white trash people.
Hello, good people. Happy Sunday. So sorry I was a few minutes late. Better late than never. Sassy Mama, hello. My love of crafts. Sweet Daily Win. Acid Girl Art, hello, girl. Good to see you. My Narrow Spicy Life. Sushi, Carrie, Ellie Belly, Lisa W, Mac Attack, Sophia, Jordy, Goodbye Kyle, Co Blue, Fondue, hey girl, Andy Tarot, Grinning Ghost, hello. That's always a mouthful. Sassy Mama, good to see you. Miss T, hello. Sophia, babe, good to see you. K-Star, Anna, Josie, Niece, Spite Lies, Jerry, Bubblegum Balls, hello. Darkest Coven, Seattle Sapphire's Low Carb World, Dinky, hello. Carlotta, Catherine, Foxy Roxy, Panda Pondu. Panda Pondu says, who's gay? We're all a little gay, Panda Pondu. That's all that matters. Lisa W, Silent Left Hand, Mama Mitchell, Drama B, Jenna Taylor, hello, Ruby, Shelvicious, Shelby, Petty Cake, just Jamie, Camels Against Chantel, hello, good to see you. Rennie, Shaking But Not Stirred Cat, good to see you. Saw this coming. She's so predictable. I'm aware that she showed her ass last night as well. I'm aware that she dropped the phone. She ran over said phone, and I believe it was returned by whatever business that she was at. How does one manage to do that? How does one manage to drop their phone that their streaming device, then proceed to run it over with their mobility scooter? Was it because you were too worried about the beaver tail you were about to stuff down your throat, Chantel? Meanwhile, Foodie wants us to believe that she took her second dose of the Ozempic. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Foodie took the second dose of Ozempic. I think that she didn't like the way that it made her feel. I think it made her sick. It gave her, as I quote, Ozempic diarrhea. I had never heard that term before until she said it. So I do have to give credit where credit is due. Foodie coined it, at least that's the first time that I've ever coined it, as Ozempic diarrhea. You know what though? My question is, you're totally fine with having diarrhea, uncontrolled type 2 diarrhea. Yes, I believe that the phone survived, which is a fucking miracle. What kind of phone does she have? Does she have an iPhone? That's why I have an iPhone, because it'll survive any fucking thing. She doesn't have a problem having uncontrolled diarrhea any other time. So why all of a sudden is it because the Ozempic diarrhea is where you draw the line? That's my question. Hello, Walmart Foodie Scooty. Good to see you. On my way with the Mrs. Foodie Scooty for a weekend of yeehaws and giddy up. Well, enjoy you too. And thank you for being a member for 7 months. That sounds like a good time. And the weather, especially if you're anywhere close to us, is going to be fabulous. Darkest Coven, thank you so much for joining memberships, girl. I appreciate you. Welcome to the shit show. Chuck and his ducks, hello. I'm just going to say that my husband did not make me come to the support group because he hates me. I did it on my own. He also made avocado toast for breakfast. Where's your husband, cutie? So, pivoting back around to the shenanigans of last night that we're not going to cover today because we're going to go back to where she walks it all back. Foodie is a little moody. I heard that she's being very mean to the reactors in the community because why? Do you think it's because She doesn't like the things that we say about her. Do we hurt her little feelings? No, it's because she's upset about her situation, her relationship with this romance scammer, Salah. So she needs to vent her frustration. She needs to vent her anger on the community. She can't really say what the problem is. She does, and then she walks that shit right back because at the end of the day, Chantel does not want to really lose her romance scammer. How fucking pathetic is that? Enjoy your day with your husband. That is the flex that you think it is, Chuck. And thank you so much for the support. Apparently, we should be fucking our husbands and taking our children to the park, which is odd list of things to do. I mean, Foodie, why don't you take your own advice? How about that? How about you go fuck your husband and you take Pete's and Pete's Jr. to the park, okay? Do you guys remember we actually had somebody in the community that was taking little Pete's and Pete's Jr. to the park for Chantel since she could not be fucking bothered. Isn't that right, Chantel? You want to talk about everybody else's parenting? Let's talk about the fact that Chantel could not be fucking bothered to take Pete's and Pete's Jr. to the park. Huh? Oh, no, that's shaming, huh? Well, so what? You can shame us and we can shame you. Hello, sweet Daily Win. Down 3 pounds in 6 days, girl, on Wegovy pill. Good for you.
Good for you.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for being a member. That is amazing. I heard there was a line of cousins waiting to fuck her husband. Yeah. How many ladies out there in the audience do you think have to worry about their husbands fucking their cousins? I mean, my God, Chantel, if it really comes down to husbands cheating on their wives, at least the community as a whole can say they're definitely not doing it with their cousins. Can you say the same? You can't. Love that for you. Anywho, this is going to be a fucking banger. So, like I said, we're not covering yesterday. We might get to the rage. We may not. It just depends on what happens today, okay? Once Foodie decides to wake up out of her carb coma and start her day again, I guess tomorrow we will then decide what we're going to talk about. But today, since yesterday, we got to watch the breakup and Foodie and Salah and I don't love you. You're not going to be my husband. Go marry your cousin. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want you. And then 10 hours later, I believe. And oh yeah, she was also done with the religion. She ripped the hijab off. 10 hours later, she was wearing the hijab again and she had walked all that shit back. That is the entertainment I want on the Lord's Day. That is what I want for my Sunday entertainment. And that is what we're going to watch together. As promised yesterday. Hello, Seattle Sapphire's a low carb world. She eats all the money. So how much money is he getting? That's an easy one, Seattle Sapphire's low carb world. Lucky for him, he's in motherfucking Syria. So she sends him a $5 bill and it goes a long way over in Syria. So lucky for the both of them that since Foodie eats all of the money, she eats herself in debt. She can take the couple of dollars here and there. She can throw it at her poor, pathetic, desperate of a bitch husband. And it'll be enough for him to stick around because $5 goes a long way in Syria. Isn't that right, Salah? Can't say I would know anything about that. Seattle, thank you for the support, hun. Hello, Canadian Shoshana. Good to see you. My children are in their 30s. They're out in the world living productive lives and not embarrassing their mother daily on YouTube. Yeah, Foodie. What about your mom, Chantel? You want to talk about our parenting? Let's talk about Shmee's parenting, shall we? Meanwhile, even if anybody's kids out there showing their ass, I don't think that nobody can say that they're doing it on the internet for the entire fucking world to see, Chantel. I mean, do you really want to go there? Do you want to go there? You don't. So just leave it at that. Canadian Shoshana, thank you for the support. Hey, Carlotta, good to see you. Is that why Cutie is so mad about my braces? Because she thinks my wife pays for them and her husband doesn't pay for shit for her. Right? I mean, why is Sam's braces so triggering to the community? Let's start there. Let's have some Sunday morning therapy, shall we? Do you want to come to the front of the community, please? Go ahead, have a seat. Tell me where on the doll that Sam hurt your feelings, Chantel. What is it about her braces that bothers you so much? Please do tell in detail. I would love to know everything. Hello, Carrie. Yeah, but it is Darla's birthday and she wants the song, girl. Absolutely. Darla, happy birthday, hon, and congratulations on making it another year. Sorry I missed you for running my big fat mouth. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me understand this. Foodie accused me for paying for Sam's braces, but we are married, right? We are married. So our money is our money, Chantel. So you're going to have to make, I know you don't understand how marriages work because you've never been married and you pretend to be married to a romance scammer in Syria who only acknowledges you when you throw him a couple of bucks. Okay. We are married. So that doesn't make sense. Which are you being homophobic, Chantel? Is that what you are by not acknowledging the fact that we are married and we, our finances are together? It really doesn't make fucking sense. So why don't you sit down over there, big girl? Why don't you eat your beaver tail and let us show you how it's done? All right, let me get this pulled up here. Oh, poor Chantel. I know here, really, honestly, and here, it doesn't make me mad when Chantel says dumb shit like that. It really doesn't. I actually think it's quite funny. What it comes down to is I understand that Chantel is hurt, okay? And I can't imagine, Foodie, listen, let us be your punching bag because I cannot imagine. Like, you are so miserable in every aspect of your life. Like, there is nothing to look forward to. You wake up out of bed, you're in pain, you can't breathe, you're automatically hungry. Like, you need to eat 7,000 calories before noon even arrives. I can't imagine what that life is like. You can't bend your knees, your hip is bad. All you can do is lay down and seal because you can't even sit up because the gut has gotten so big. It takes your breath. It is suffocating you. So listen, if you need to get some hatred out of your body because of your miserable existence, hey, that's fine. Go ahead. Let it happen. It's okay. Red Stained Ass, thank you so much for joining memberships, hon. I appreciate you. Scooting to the mall every day just to buy herself a little something to feel alive. In a mobility scooter, girl, you got your license. You are 42 years old. You are a single woman. You should be living your best fucking life. And this is what you're doing with it. I love that for you. Who could even be mad? It's Naps. Hello, hello. Thank you for being a member for 17 months. Sending my love to you and Sam. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, honey. We appreciate you. Say what you like, Chantel, but keep the kids out of your unbrushed mouth. No, listen. It's fine. If Foodie wants to talk about our children, like I said, then we get to talk about her children. We get to talk about what a deadbeat fucking loser her children are, okay? And what a deadbeat mother she is. I think that's fair. I feel like if that's how it's going to be, then that's how it's going to be. And I'm okay with that. I will sleep just fine at night knowing I called Chantel's kids bunch of fucking losers, okay? And it's okay. She buys expensive perfumes. Yeah. Make it make sense, please. Okay. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Let's get into this. So we're never going to get through it. This is, again, 10 hours after Chantel ripped off the hijab, basically gave the middle finger to the Muslim community, broke up with her husband again, and he didn't even know about it. 10 hours later, she says, I was wrong. That is the title of the live stream. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, Chantel. Go ahead, ma'am. You have the floor. I love the fact that you can hear the cat in the background absolutely destroying her apartment. And she just lays there and lets it happen, because really, what is she going to do? It would take so much effort for her to get up and see what the cat is doing or to correct the cat or anything like that, because she's done ate herself into that existence. Aw. That's right, BG. You give her a run for her money, girl.
BG. Thanks for the one thumbs up. Hey, Create Chaos.
You know.
Hey, GP. Ow! Stop running parkour on
The cat is definitely a hater.
me. How's it going? Thank you. Oh, my stomach hurts. I don't know how long I'll be able to. Hey, Chili Tea. Beautiful. Wow, thank you.
Since you like to say everything is everybody's karma, the fact that you have to live your life constantly with water coming out of your asshole, consider that your karma, big girl.
Sad eyes.
BPDBs. What is this? Hey, Scrape, what is your picture now? Oh, Orange Boy. Okay, let me go to the bathroom so I can focus on. I'll be right back.
Oh my God. I still haven't watched this. I told you guys I was going to watch it with you first. Oh my God, that's a perfect name for it. She's got sodium eyes.
Hey, Teardrop. Nice to see you. Nora stole money. She was buying a down payment on GTA 6. I was feeling so down, and just like I decided last minute to just by myself scoot over to the movies, and I saw Radio.
Imagine at 42 years old that you eat yourself into a position that you can't even walk across the street to go to the movie theater. Can you imagine that life? What a miserable existence. I would like to say, since you like to point out that everything else is everybody else's karma, that is your karma, sweetheart.
You're not too.
We're just going to keep doing that.
And it was really
hopping on a mobility scooter and riding it across the street to go to the movie theater. How many people do you think were staring at you, Chantel, and laughing and pointing?
really good. And then I came home and I almost ran over BG because she must be able to hear when I come off the elevator. It was really good.
The fact that you even admitted that you almost ran over the cat, boy, oh boy. Shell says, look up the movie Splice. You'll see her twin. Ooh, I'll take your word for it, girl. And thank you for the support.
It took my mind off of stuff a bit. And then, yeah, it was a really good movie, actually. BBJ. Yeah, she was right at the door, and I felt so bad. Like,
Team had a mobility scooter at Fat Camp.
she must miss me. And you know what the saddest thing is? Oh my God. Her chicken was in front of the door. Like, she took her chicken, because I remember her chicken being in the bedroom. She took her chicken, and she put it at the door like an offering for me for when I get home. And so, I don't like leaving her. I feel bad. Where's Fuego? Yeah, so I just have it on members only for chatting, as you can see.
So she knew that she was going to get a lot of shit for this backtrack 10 hours later, so much so that you made it members only. That's crazy. If I remember correctly, when you got your monetization back, you had 12 members. Did anybody see how many we counted in the chat when she did her members only stream?
Stop, she loves you. I know. Yeah. So that was that. Anyways,
amazing story, by the way.
I wanted to talk about a few things. My level of impulsiveness is like.
Let me stop you right there before you even get into what you're going to say, because I already know what you're going to say, even though I didn't watch this shit. Hello, Charlotte. So glad I didn't miss this. Happy anniversary. Thank you, hun. I appreciate your support so much. The fact that you fell for Salah's bullshit again, which I don't know if she really believes that or she just wants to believe the lies that he's telling her. And he's going to continue to treat you the same way. He's not going to call you. He's going to ignore you. He's going to spend time with cousin wife. He's going to spend time with his family. And then, do you guys remember that movie? She's going to have to walk this shit back. So she just walked back the fact that she ripped off the hijab. How long do you give it before she walks this shit back? Before she was like, you know what? I was right. What I originally said the other day is how I really felt. Tracy, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships, girl. Lisa, Melissa, Miss Aquarius K, Win Lindy. Sometimes your guys' names are crazy. And Jen Watson. Welcome, new members. Thank you, Tracy. A word from our sponsor.
Life may throw some bland cucumbers your way.
Yes.
But I know you can turn them into delicious pickles.
Absolutely. Will do. Tracy, thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. Her walkbacks are getting more and more pathetic and sad each time. But again, Foodie, since you like to say everybody is living their karma, this is you living your karma. Because I promise you, with the way that you were showing your ass yesterday, with how ragey you were and how upset you were and how you were acting like you were so mad at the entire community and all of the reactors, that anger is meant for Salah. Because you're already upset and you're already mad at him again because he's not answering your phone. your phone calls, your text messages. He still won't FaceTime you. He still won't show you what's going on in the house, won't send you pictures. So you're still in the same position that you were when you originally got mad. And now you've done made yourself look stupid again. So now you got to sit with this for at least a week before you can walk it back yet again. Fondue says her cycle is raging at reactors after she reveals too much about her relationship. When she runs back, she beats on reactors. Cutie is an abuser. Absolutely. And let's not forget, the fact that Foodie pulled this shit on a holiday speaks volumes about who she is. Foodie, you are an abuser. No matter how you try to twist this into Salah being a bad guy, we know what kind of person he is. But what we need to remind you of is that you are also an abuser. Do not forget that. Fondue, thank you for the support, hun. Tracy says, can I have the sound celebrating my 63rd? Yes, girl. Congratulations on making it another year and happy birthday. Hell yeah. Yes, she is very abusive. Absolutely. Hey, Farah. Good to see you, hun. Tracy, enjoy your day, hun. And thank you for being a member for 7 months.
Really detrimental, starting to become even more detrimental to my life. Like, has also time convinced you? Well, it's not even just about that. It's many things I realized after the fact. Like, I came live when I was really upset over, like, so basically after my live. Hey, Cleo, how are you?
Hey, Liz. Cootie is the lowest of low. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday to you, girl. And thank you for being a member for 26 months.
How are you? We talked on video and he like proved to me that his charger wasn't working. And I'm like, why did I go live in front of hundreds, like 1,000 people and blast our personal business? Like, why do I do that? Like, I feel like that no matter what is wrong, you know?
How can somebody prove to you that their charger isn't working? Like, what the fuck, Chantel? Again, the bar is in hell.
But yeah, I have a very strong moral compost. I think you do. Anyway, I also don't feel right without the hijab. Like, I feel bad. Like, I feel like I'm doing something awful. And I know a lot of people are not going to understand that, you know, but.
So let me get this straight. You take off the hijab because Salah won't answer your calls because he hasn't talked to you in however long. So he proves to you that there really was an issue with his phone charger. And so then you put back on the hijab and you feel like you need to be Muslim again. Do you understand the problem here, Chantel, where this is all going very, very wrong for you? Sumo Chick, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships, girl. Ophelia Own, Kez, Farah, who else? Skinny Pickle and Esha Corner. Welcome, new members. A word from our sponsor.
Every setback is a setup for a comeback.
Hell yes, that's one of my faves. Sumo Chick, thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. Oh, Zoo Flute says, hey, yeah, but it's my 58th birthday tomorrow. Well, congratulations on almost making another year, girl, and happy birthday to you. Hell yeah. We got a lot of birthdays. Oh, Big Bertha says, was given my best surprise. My son and daughter-in-law are due with their first baby end of September. I'm over the moon. My baby is having a baby. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Big Bertha. That is amazing. Congratulations to you and the fam, girl. And thank you so much for the support. That is great. Hey, 10 Katie. Good to see you.
I don't know. I'm tired of like explaining myself. Like, I'm tired of like.
So as long as your husband stays in contact with you and is texting you and is calling you and is video chatting you or explaining to you if he's not doing that, you're okay with being Muslim and wearing the hijab. So when he stops doing that, then you disown and you have all these issues with the Muslim community and the hijab must come off. Did I understand that correctly, Chantel?
Explaining my choices with religion, you know what I mean? Like, just things I do in my life.
Hey, Sequoia.
I've been doing that for years. I know. I don't know how to stop it. Fuck. I'm not saying like, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with Salah and I, but like so far it's still not great. It's your life or whatever Bon Jovi said. Yeah. It's like I can't keep freaking out like over stupid shit. Yeah, this is pretty much a scarf. That's what it is. You could technically use anything as a hijab, even a tablecloth if you really want to.
Oh, that's interesting, Plutes. Really? And she was keeping people in chat? That's very telling.
Yeah, you can. I used a tablecloth once, like a little doily tablecloth. Turban. I don't know. I'm just so conflicted and like weird.
Oh, they had a onesie with the sonogram pics of Little Peanut. Tess came back all good and gender reveal week after Easter, girl, because her fam doesn't know yet. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Make sure you keep us updated on the gender. And thank you so much for the support, hun.
Thomas, like, it's not, I don't, like, just because you like me a certain way, like, doesn't mean I have to live my life that way. Like, I don't even know who you are.
See, here's one thing that people really need to stop saying. They really need to stop giving their opinion on Chantel wearing the hijab. So all the people saying, but she's twisting what the reason people are saying they don't want her to wear the hijab, because she's using that to fit her narrative. So instead of owning what she's done, she's blaming the community. She's saying that basically she was gaslit into taking off the hijab because that's what her community wants from her. So I really wish those people would just shut the fuck up and just watch the show.
Thanks, Shalichi. So I just feel bad, like, always coming on here and like airing out my dirty business. Yeah, I know it's not normal. Or maybe it is. No, I don't think so. Everyone's sleeping? Yeah, because I have it on members only. And it is kind of late, yeah. I thought I had more members than that, but maybe not. I know. It feels like it's been like forever. The winter's been forever. Doesn't it feel like that? He plays with my vulnerable emotions. But like, I don't feel like he does though. Like, why do you say that he does? Like, I make it sound worse, like, because of the way I take it. But like a lot of the time,
Foodie, he tells you it doesn't take a whole lot for you to continue to acknowledge his existence. Obviously, he knows that you're very insecure, you're very desperate, and he can get whatever he wants out of you just by saying, "Oh, you're cute," and you fall for that shit. We could start there.
I'm not right. Like the fact that he like, you know, like today, it was actually a problem with his charger. So I don't know. In Syria on Eid, nothing is open. I feel like a lot of the things people have like wrong with it is like because I come on here and complain, which you should never do. Like, I'm not like defending every single thing that he's ever done for sure, but it's like I can't keep running online and like airing out my grievances every time something goes wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're going to. As soon as Salah does enough to piss you off, where he's not returning a call or he's not answering your call, you're going to do the same thing. You didn't learn anything from this incident. Normally, people will learn. Like, if they really are impulsive and they do something like this and they give too much information, they more than likely will be like, you know what? Next time, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to go that far. I learned from my mistakes. But Chantel will continue. This is something that she's been doing for years. We've watched her do it since the dishwasher days. The big part of the reason that we all watch, because we know it's guaranteed that she's going to get out on here and she's going to air out all of their business. Plute says, I can't believe it's been almost 4 years in this support group. I love you, Yava and Sam, and all the lovely ladies and gents in the chat. We love you too, girl. And thank you so much for being a member for 44 months. We appreciate you. I know it's been a long time, huh?
Yeah. Well, maybe
his excuse was he has an Apple phone and no one in Syria has an Apple phone. Oh my God.
I just feel like he doesn't do enough, but he said I'm immoral. Yeah, I don't think anyone has.
That doesn't make sense because iPhones and Androids, don't the majority of them take the same kind of like charging cable? I know he doesn't have a newer iPhone. I remember when Chantel bought him an iPhone, and that was before I believe that they switched the charger port. So he probably should have a phone he could use an Android charger for. I don't know. What do I know? But I'm pretty sure, yes, I'm right about that.
Has to like him, you know? Like, nobody has to like him. I think he was just hurt people were allowing like everybody to talk bad about him, but it's like, that's my fault too, because nobody would know shit if I didn't come on here and talk about it. You know what I mean? No, it's true though, Teardrop. Like, you don't have to, you know. I don't know. I feel like I should just keep like everything like that offline and just like bees. I don't feel like I should like.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You've tried that. You can't help yourself. You have to get on here and air out his dirty laundry as soon as he pisses you off. And you always do. And you always will.
Talk about him, or if anything, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a good idea.
Sequoia says if I was Salah, I wouldn't scam anyone after dealing with Foodie Beauty, right?
Or about my religion.
He's also the only Syrian with a 500-pound wife.
A lot of the time he's fine. Like I feel like I'm just really needy because, like he really does like try in a way. Like I don't know. You have to see like how we talk. Ow.
I don't know. You guys just need to see how we talk. Well, why don't you go ahead and show us? You show us everything else. Go ahead and break out the text messages next, Chantel.
Really, Chili Chi? PG-13! Every time I talk serious, she starts doing parkour all over the place. It is a struggle, yeah. And it's things that are like personal and like everyone has a different opinion. And it's like, I really can't let opinions influence like decisions in my life. But like I was wrong, like coming on here and just like, again, talking about like my relationship. Like I shouldn't do that.
Girl, how many times are you going to have this conversation with how many different people? Very Good says, no, bitch. I don't know what you mean. It's official. I hate her. Very Good. I think especially after this last episode that she had and what she said about Islam and the way that she acted, I think a lot of people probably say the same. It finally like pushed them over the edge. They try to keep from hating someone because hating people takes energy and it takes effort. But that did it for a lot of people, I believe. And thank you for the super chat, hun. Nader didn't like her nastiness either. He made her shower.
Don't downplay your needs. No, for sure. And those are things that were like I talked to him about in private, so I don't even want to tell people if we're together or not. Like I just want to keep everything like in regards to any relationships I have in my life private, because if you bring it online, it causes a lot of problems. And that's my fault I brought it online. But it's so hard when you just live your whole life online. It's like not healthy. And it just really weighs on my mental health. So it's like,
which part isn't healthy, Chantel? The fact that you bring everything to the internet or the fact that you live your life online? I think you nailed it right there. I think you said it, like the words came out of your mouth, but I don't feel like it registered in your head of how unhealthy it is to live your life on the internet. But what else are you going to do? This is what you have to do to earn a living. You had a good thing going for you years ago, and then you completely fucked that up. So now you have to do shit like this. You have to talk about your life. You have to talk about your problems. You have to live your life on the internet in order to have a life. That's how you make your income. Tony D says, late my Sunday morning offering to the Church of Yabba. Love you, and I love our gang. I love you too, girl. And thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. Good to see you here. Desi's mama says it eats me alive when she talks about mothers when she was never a mother. For fuck's sake, Chantel, who in the hell has this type of marriage? No one except a fake marriage. Nobody out there. She keeps saying like that, every time she says something about her and Salah's relationship, as if any fucking body in the world. Do you know how many people there are in the world, Chantel? And I don't think there's another person out there that can relate to your situation of a fake marriage with a motherfucker in Syria. Not a one. Let that sink in. Desi, thank you for the support, hun. Hello, Badissi. The rule of thumb is you don't tell people when you and your partner have disagreements because people don't forget. So true. It's very true. Very well said. And thank you so much for the support, hun.
Like, I feel like I've just been distracted from what I should be really focusing on, like health, gym, like really stuff, like to really
health, gym. That's cute. That's cute.
Like glow up,
Glow up.
I know.
Did Salah say that to you? Did Salah say, hey, babe, hello, guys, don't focus on me not returning calls. Focus on glow up. Focus on gym. Is that what he said to you and you're repeating that to your audience? Sounds about right.
I know. It's your prerogative, yeah.
Don't focus on cousin wife. Focus on gym. I love that for you. Again, Chantel, you keep mentioning karma. I would like to remind you that that is the karma that you fucking deserve.
Yeah, I know. Same thing with religion. Like, I don't know. It's just so toxic. Like, I just felt like the Muslim community can be just so toxic and judgmental. But you know what I've decided is like that, like screw everyone else. Like screw
You've got some fucking nerve sitting there and labeling an entire community toxic when you yourself are toxic, ma'am. The way how judgmental you are to other people, just random people in your audience or people in the community, and you say the most vile shit about them, but you got the nerve to call somebody else judgmental. Are you serious and toxic, Chantel? That all of those things fit yourself and your community.
screw any human that judges me. Like I'm just gonna try to focus on like my relationship with God and yeah, just
Yeah, you don't have a relationship with God, sweetheart. Hate to tell you. And if you do, it ain't a good one.
go from there.
You're on the naughty list. Okay. God has you on the naughty list. Good luck with that.
You know? Remember when I ate Five Guys outside the gym? Playing with your emotions. Yeah, but like how I don't know how he's playing with my emotions. Like when I really think about it, like when I'm not impulsive, when I have time to think about it, and he explains himself. Like, but at the end of the day,
Explains himself like, guys, how is he really playing with my emotions?
like he does most days. Like we
No, he really does have all those bike accidents and he needs money now, so I don't really see the problem.
talk a lot, like the whole day almost, and it's very loving, and he's, you know, very I don't feel like he ignores me on purpose, but my insecure brain feels that way sometimes. Like, you know, I don't even wait. Like he said, like you don't even wait to hear an explanation. Like he's like, I'm in like, you know, a third world country, and you know the conditions, you know the issues, and it's true. I mean, like he did prove that he didn't have the charger today, you know. So it's like, but it's like now, like
I would like to know how he proved he didn't have the charger today. Could you go ahead and clarify that situation and how that was done exactly?
this is why I shouldn't bring this to the internet, because now I feel like I have to like walk back what I said, you know, and it's like, yeah.
Look at the cat running circles around her ass.
I get upset, but is it his fault that I get upset? Or is it like my paranoia and like my, you know, like I feel like he's always like, Hi, VG.
Beck says she really is very sad. He's never wanted her. He's grossed out and laughs at her. Not only does Salah laugh at his wife, he sits around with his friends laughing at her. When he was in Kuwait, him and Murad and Mr. A and probably Mr. A's wife, when she would fire up a live stream and sit there and eat in front of the camera and fart, they would sit there and be like, oh my gosh, watching and laughing and pointing and making fun of you, Chantel. You were a joke and a piggy bank to him. And we love that for you. We really do. Keep going, cutie.
You're my saving
You're doing amazing.
grace. I don't know. I feel like people would also have to try to understand how he's, you know, like the shit with his family. It's like he's also trying to say that they never say anything bad about me or whatever. They don't pressure him, but I don't know if he would admit that. But I feel like it's not his, like he can't do anything.
Foodie, you're a secret. I don't believe that his family even knows that he's talking to you. And if they do know that he's talking to you, he's made it very clear we're only talking to Chantel so we can get the extra $50 a month that she's willing to send.
Thing about his family, it's not really his fault. Like when we first met, like I said, he got with me, like despite their thoughts about it. So I don't know.
A dirty fat secret.
Yeah. Well, it's messy because like he doesn't really understand mental illness. He doesn't understand the problems I have.
Anybody ever made Chantel into a piggy bank? I don't feel like I've seen that. I know we have a lot of artists and a lot of people who work on AI, whatever. I'm not here to judge you, but I don't believe I've seen Chantel in piggy bank form. Maybe I haven't. I've just forgotten. Last working charger in Syria, bitch. I'm dead. Cousin wife had to charge her stuff. Duh. Love the name, girl. Thank you for the support. That was a fucking banger.
With my health, like fully and stuff like that. And I don't feel like most people probably would, which is why, like, before I would ever get in another relationship, you know, people are always like, you should date. Like, really? Like, I'm sorry, but if I can't be in one relationship, there's no way I'm going to be able to be in a new one. I'm not like mentally.
Are you telling me that people are telling you to date while you're still in a marriage with your husband? Are you listening to your community? Do you understand what that means? Is that they are telling you that they don't believe for a fucking second that you are actually married and your relationship is real with Salah. For anybody to tell somebody to start dating and the other person is claiming to still be married, it has to be that that community does not believe that that relationship even exists at that point. But like nothing will register in Chantel's funkle fucking brain. It just won't click for whatever reason. And that's why I know at this point that Chantel really has convinced herself this is the real deal. Like Salah really cares about her. It all has to do with her good looks and personality.
Well, like enough for that. There's no way, like I'm not normal in that way. Like you can't treat me like I'm normal. So yeah. Thomas, mind your business. Jesus, go away. Seriously. He does share some of it. Like we do video chat. He'll show me stuff on video, but like not send me pictures. And he'll, that kind of thing. Send me selfies or stuff like that, pictures of juice. But it's like, yeah, it makes me like paranoid because I'm so insecure about it. And like he lives in a culture where it's like, hey, Michelle, welcome to Puppies, ready to get peas. No. I don't know. It's like there's always people around. He's always busy doing something like just to survive. Like, it's a hard life there. You became a member, yes. Yeah, but it's not really like that way, Scrape, because it's not like he was teasing Hope, because it was my idea to leave Syria. Like I think people forget that. He didn't break up. Like I wanted to leave Syria. And I said that I would,
Let me break this down again for the people who have forgot exactly what happened. She's not wrong. She's actually, for once in her life, kind of telling the truth. Yes, she's the one who picked up and said, you know what? Let me get out of Syria. Let me go back home to Canada, because I don't think, unless Salah's family was going to actually, and I think that day probably would have came sooner than later, but we weren't there. Salah had no intentions to pack Chantel and send her back to Canada, because when Salah sends Chantel back to Canada, that means less money for him. So I think the plan was to try to keep Chantel in Syria as long as he possibly can without her having to pay rent and having all these expenses going out. Could you imagine the kind of money, even if she couldn't stream every single day, even if she could only stream like 30 minutes, an hour a day, Foodie could have really made him and his family rich in Syria. So anyways, she did. She's the one who said, you know what? I can't take this. I'm going back to Canada. But here's where she fucked up. She called his bluff. She thought Salah was going to walk that shit back, that he was going to love bomb her. He was going to beg her to stay. And I think at that moment when Chantel said that she was going to leave, he said, you know what? This is getting really crazy. It's involving my family. They're stressed out. They were probably already giving him shit to get her the fuck out of there. So he let it happen. And she came back to Canada. And when she came back to Canada, she was so shocked. And I believe when you go back and you watch those videos, when she would sit there and she would just be staring into the camera, that was her real reaction, because she could not believe that she was in Canada. And Salah, because she's done this a lot. This was not the first time. Foodie has either threatened to go back to Canada to live, or she has went back, and Salah always gives in almost immediately, love bombs her and gives her what she wants. He didn't do that this time. He didn't do that. So yes, she's telling the truth, but she only did that because she thought that he was going to give in to what her demands. Stop seeing your family. Stop spending time with your family. Stop allowing your family over here. Because what happened when they were in Kuwait, that's how Foodie was able to get so much control over the relationship in Kuwait. She literally made him cut off his family, made him cut off his friends, and it absolutely did work. And she wanted that shit to happen in Syria, and he didn't do it. He said, nope, go back home to Canada. And she ain't been right in the head. Not that she's ever been right in the head, but she really ain't been right in the fucking head ever since then. Because that is how you really destroy a narc. It's exactly the way that Salah did, and she hasn't got over it since. Anyways, continue.
Yeah. I know, Teardrop. That's the thing. I don't know. He's on the other side of the planet. I know. That's why it's hard. Like, I left there because I was done. Like, I didn't want to be in a relationship coming here. I wanted a clean start, And then when
That's not true. You wanted Salah to love bomb you and promise you he wouldn't see his family and wouldn't allow his family into the family home. That was your demands. And he said, fuck you, not happening.
Got here, yeah, I started to get over it. You're right. And then, yeah, I don't know. We just like started getting back into, I think it was like without having the pain and pressure, like the
So really, this was the smartest move, and I hate to even give credit where credit is due, that Salah could really do. Now he has more control in the situation. Now his family is not exposed to Chantel the way they were when she was in Syria. Like she really was a problem for not just Salah, but his family in Syria because she was absolutely out of her mind and she would have caused them a lot of problems. She was a fucking problem. But now he can whisper sweet little nothings into her ear, still do what his family wants him to do, and still have Chantel send him a couple of dollars while he's in Syria as he tells her, oh, hey, babe, we've got a store here. You're investing into the store, and this is going to be for our future. And eventually we're going to take this money and we're going to have a house and we're going to have property and we're going to live happily ever after. Please believe that's the conversation that is being had behind closed doors. You know, when she says she doesn't send Salah any money, trust me, that's bullshit. Anna Peters says, yep, he caught her bluff. Smart. I agree. And thank you for the super chat, hun, because he knew that even though he sent Chantel packing to Canada, that she was going to have to spend the majority on her money just to survive in Canada. He knew that he could keep her on the line enough for her to still send him money. And she is.
I was starting to do better on my own, but then like, I don't know. I don't remember how we started getting back into like lovey-dovey shit, but we did. And it was mutual. You know, it wasn't like he wanted to like pull me back in. Like he agreed with like the separation. That's why he drew up the divorce papers. He agreed with it. You know, we were going to be done. And then it's like, when you love each other, it's like hard, you know, and then you kind of, that's how it is. So
basically what you're seeing is just two scammers scamming each other. That's all it is.
Yeah, I know it's going to sound like excuses, but that's why I'm saying I was wrong, because whenever I'm insecure, my brain gets paranoid and I think all of these things irrationally. And then whenever I've calmed down and I think about it and really think about it, it's like I'm imagining these things that he's doing when he's probably not, when he's probably being sincere. Like, you know.
What can you give us a little bit more details? Exactly what are you imagining him doing? Because I've heard you mention cousins. So what are you picturing? Cupcake recipe bending over a cousin wife and it's going to Pound Town? Is that what you're imagining in your Funkle brain, Chantel? I know it is. Hey, Miss T, happy belated anniversary. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you so much and good to see you. It sounds like she's explaining how a romantic relationship works. When you love each other, we know how it works. Yeah, Chantel, we know, we get it, girl.
And I'm just like freaking out because what did he really do today? What did he do today? You know what I mean? He was like a couple of hours late messaging me on Eid, you know, and I freaked out.
What's the problem? Like, why are you guys so mad at Salah? That's what it sounds like to me. She's turning this into. Why are you guys so mad at Salah? He didn't even do anything. Okay, Teardrop, are you listening? Teardrop. He didn't even do anything, Teardropping. You wouldn't even block comments of people saying really mean things to him in chat. You're going to have to go. Teardrop, you better watch your ass.
Freaked out and like went all blamed everything and like went scorched earth, you know? But he does text me every day. He texts me every day. Yeah, it is hard to be a public figure. And it's hard to make people understand our relationship because I come on here and just say negative things, you know? Thanks, Mavra.
You don't have a hard time understanding your relationship because you come on here saying negative things. It's a lot of other things, but it's definitely not that, Chantel, just so we're clear.
Yeah. Hey, Nina. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I shouldn't come on here and do that. Like, you know. Yeah. It is hard for him to understand. I don't feel like he really does because he has no experience with it, you know? And
I believe that's a lie. Anon sisters, he did not call her and FaceTime her, but I think she did that because she knows she gave to, just how Fondu was saying in the chat, she realizes when she gets mad and she gets upset that she gives us too much information. And she's like, fuck, now they're going to know, like, that's really weird, the fact, and they're going to speculate that he has a cousin wife and she doesn't want to do that. So now she's got to walk all that shit back and she's going to be like, yeah, and we FaceTime and he totally showed me everything in the family home. No cousin wife to be found. Don't worry, guys. It's totally not true.
I've put him through a lot too. You know, it's not just me. It's not just him, but it's me too. But he's put me through a lot. I've put through, like, it's just not perfect. It's just, you know, I don't know what to think anymore, but
Right.
Anyway. Yeah, but how can you know how he comes across, Habibi J, if like you don't have any idea what our communication is like, you know?
He comes across as a romance scammer. Doesn't matter. He comes across and he is. It's not that we are speculating. We know for 100% fact that Salah Al Rafe, whatever his name is a romance scammer, Foodie. This is not speculation. This is a fucking fact. It's a fact. You don't want to accept it. You're the one who is struggling to accept the truth of the situation. Big Bertha says lies and pies because she can't look at the camera. Shifty eyes. Big Bertha, thank you for the support, hun. Drama Beat says happy anniversary. You know, thank you, girl. I appreciate you. You know, people, you should never come to social media with your relationship issues and private matters, but Chantel never, ever stop. No, I love that she does it. It's great. It's great entertainment, especially when you're talking about a romance scammer. That makes it all the more entertaining.
He doesn't understand mental health, but he's been with you. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
you didn't get a welcome to the Poors, Maybelline Queen. I'm so sorry, girl. Welcome to the Poors. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I missed it. Addicted to Cobra. Hello. Text, not call. That's all it is. A text relationship. That's all he can give her. He's got to worry about cousin wife. He has to worry about his family that doesn't want him to have any kind of communication with Chantel. So all he can do is text her. So again, this is the beautiful part about all of this. After she was so nasty and she was so vile to the community, she still is living in the same relationship, same situation that she was when she ripped the hijab off and she was mad and she was upset. Nothing has changed. It's not like normal relationships. When you get into an argument or a disagreement with your husband, your partner, whoever it may be, and you guys actually work through it. You guys talk through it, you figure it out, and then you're like, man, this is great. We love each other again. We're back to normal. So now you get to go and you have this relationship with each other, and it's stronger than ever. Foodie is back to the same shit that she was mad to begin with. The whole reason she took off the hijab. We love this for you, Chantel. We really do. We don't have to sit here and be vile and say nasty things to you. I mean, we can, but we don't have to because you're living your miserable existence, and it's good enough. It's better than good enough. It's amazing. Addicted to Crow Brew, thank you for the support, hun.
I don't know if he understands or not. I've never asked it, but I don't know. It doesn't mean just because we're together, he has no experience being with someone like that. Mental health is hard to understand unless you're suffering from it. It really is.
I guarantee, Chantel, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. You can take it or you can leave it. Odds are you're going to leave it, right? I can promise you your mental health wouldn't be as bad as it was if you weren't 400 pounds overweight. You might want to think about that, okay? Your mental health and your physical condition definitely go hand in hand. Hello, Bella. Does she know that he's a romance scammer? Well, we've had this conversation, and it kind of you got to come to your own conclusion when it comes to that. I go back and forth, and I think a lot of people in the community do. Sometimes I think she knows she's obviously being scammed, but I'm telling you, there was a come to Jesus moment that we had the other day when she was listening to that self-help audio book or whatever. And I was like, damn, this bitch really don't know. She's really just that fucking mentally ill and delusional that she doesn't realize that this is a romance scammer. But again, I change my mind probably daily. It's something you got to figure out on your own. Thank you for being a member, hun. Carrie says, I think she knows. You know what? Let's do a poll. I don't know if we've ever done a poll on that. Let's do it. Does Foodie know she is being romance scammed? Question mark. All right. Incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Stoner girl, hello. Happy anniversary, Yeva and Sam. Love you, girl. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. And thank you for being a member for 10 months. For a moment, she had it, and then her light bulb burned out. I think so, too. You know what? That's a good, I think you were talking about when she took off the hijab the other day. It's almost like she had, and 10 Katie, you said it the other day, talking about her moment of clarity when she was seeing everything for what it was. She was really making sense with, and she was like, you're a liar, Salah. No, Salah was in chat feeding her a bunch of horse shit, and she read his comment and she looked at her fucking camera and she said, "You're a liar." So she did have a moment of clarity, like where she was it was finally clicking in her funkle brain. And then it all went to shit. 10 hours later, she had her hijab back on, her scarf, and she's back to the same old bullshit. It's great. It's actually fucking it's amazing. Love this for us. I really do.
I don't know.
I'm in between.
I feel like at the end of the day, it's like my fucking choice. Like it's my choice what I want to do, who I want to be with.
Your choice. It's your right. If you want to entertain a romance scammer, well then have at it, girl. Please, by all means. Hello, Summer. Salad is married to my 92-year-old Nana too. Love you, Yava. Love you, girl. And thank you for being a member for 16 months. He's a busy bee, I tell you. The post-nut clarity is crazy.
And, you know, I feel I was wrong, like just coming on here and talking about it.
I'm sorry, Salah.
But sometimes I just get confused and like paranoid, and I'm very impulsive.
Right.
Yeah, you only see what's online, and
I'm not hearing the right word. Insecure. Don't forget that one. That's a big one for you.
only usually come on. But there, you do see a lot of good too. He's always, why the fuck is it like a joke to a BPD, a joke for people in Gore World? You people are fucked in the head, man.
What?
Like, you're never gonna know anything about my personal life ever again. Y'all fucking weaponize it against people. You're fucked up, psychotic pieces of shit. I don't have to explain exactly. You don't have to fucking like me. I don't give a shit. You don't have to like him. I'm sure he doesn't care. Like, the thing is like,
that's crazy doing this on her brand new monetized channel. Seriously. Mrs. ADHD, hello, on a getaway with my handsome husband. Replay gang. Have a good trip, girl. And thank you so much for being a member for 40 months. Be safe out there. Hippie Easter says, good Sunday morning and happy anniversary, Yabba and Sam. Thank you, girl. And thank you for being a member for 41 months. Appreciate you. No, hold on. I'm going to look, babe. Give me just a second. Mystique Holiday says, happy anniversary. I'd be proud to call both of you my daughters. Aw, thank you for that, Mystique. And thank you for being a member for 18 months. I appreciate you, girl. I think she has type 2 delusion that she does not realize she's being scammed. He's that good.
You know, I don't even remember what I was saying. But I don't want to, I feel like I don't want to like explain myself anymore. Like, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to be, I don't know. I know I have to like not come online and talk about it, but yeah. I don't know. Because like, I just really feel like I don't, unless you saw like exactly our communications and stuff, it's like hard to understand. But like, you have to remember, like, he does come in here and he's very loving. He says, I love you, babe, hun. And he's very flattering. Like, you're beautiful.
You're going to get tired of hearing me say this, but I'm going to say it again. The fucking bar, ladies and gentlemen, is in hell. Okay, ladies? The bar for Foodie Beauty is absolutely in hell. The fact that her romance scammer comes in the chat and says, hi, I love you, that's supposed to mean something. That is crazy work for you to even sit there and say, Chantel. Chuck says, I don't remember who reposted it, but I saw a clip the other day from 4+ years ago. She asked her chat if a romance scammer would ever fall in love. You know, and if you go back to right after the dishwasher breakup and when she was kind of setting who needs a visa, that whole shit that went down. I mean, it's hard to check no when it comes to asking if Foodie knows that she's being romance scam, because she absolutely doesn't care. I think when it comes down to it, she's just like, I don't fucking care. Like, yes, I know, and I don't care. When you go back and you look at all the old evidence, especially. Chuck, thank you for the support, hun. Yeah. No, he doesn't call her pretty. I think he calls her cute.
Like, he's very nice as well, you know?
He's very nice. Okay. All right. These are reasons we are supposed to believe that it's a true, legit marriage, not even a relationship, a marriage, because he comes in chat, he says, I love you, and he's nice too.
Yeah. I do, like, those frustrations haven't gone away, I guess, at the long distance shit, you know, and kind of feeling like he has a life there, but then I don't know. He also sounds like he just really is just building a life there so he can survive there. He doesn't.
Big Bertha says, I think everyone in here is beautiful. I love you guys. And you, hun, babe, boo, and use hun, babe, boo, etc., because I care about you guys, but not in that way. He's doing bare minimum. Exactly. He's doing what he needs to do, because that's all it takes. Like, he doesn't have to do a whole lot, and he is aware of that. There's certain words that he can use, like you said, like babe, boo, hun. That's all it takes to get, like her tinglies going. And she's like, he really loves me and he really means it. He calls me hun and babe and he pinches my cheek. That, again, the bar is in hell. Thank you for the support, hun.
Really want to like be there, but Amberlynn treats BPD as a joke. How does she treat BPD?
So here's what I don't understand, Chantel. Like, you and you make good points. Like, you just made a really good point when you're talking about he's rebuilding his life in Syria. That's fair. That's a fair assumption, right? She probably knows enough about Salah. If he is in Syria, again, there's speculation that he's not. I believe that he's probably in Syria and he is rebuilding his life. He more than likely is married to cousin wife. And there's a very big possibility that he has a baby on the way. And I think that definitely Chantel has funneled some money to Salah so he can start some kind of small business in Syria. So he can have a source of income when Foodie completely pisses off, which could be one with the sea or whatever the case may be. Maybe she actually does get fed up, or she finds out about cousin wife and he knows that she's going to eventually take off for good. So he's trying to settle in and use what he can get out of Chantel before that is all over, which is pretty smart on his end. Hey, Carrie, happy anniversary, Yabba and Sam. Thank you, girl. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for the super chat. So my question with you and what I struggle with so much, if you've really cared about Salah, why would you continue to string him along in what you believe is still a marriage? Like, what are the plans for you two? Obviously, you just said out of your own mouth, he's rebuilding his life in Syria. So why don't you let him go and let him rebuild his life and cut that whole situation off? Because obviously it's a dead end. It's not going anywhere. He's not coming to Canada. You're not going to Syria. But you were so selfish that you were going to continue to hang on to whatever is left and whatever he is willing to give you because you're so desperate and you don't see anybody else after Salah because of your obvious physical conditions.
BPD as a joke. And I'm not Amberlynn.
Like, here's the thing. Okay, here's my big thing. If Foodie wasn't 500 pounds, if Foodie was a normal sized woman, okay, and she didn't have the health issues that she has, if she didn't have bum knees and bad hips, do you think for a fucking second that she would entertain a bum in fucking Syria? No, she wouldn't. The only reason that Foodie Beauty, Chantel Marie Sorol entertains Salah Al Rafai in Syria is because she's 600 pounds and she's bedbound. And this is the only kind of love and affection she's going to get because she refuses to work on herself whatsoever. So she will take the bar that is in hell. And the same goes for Salah.
We're two fucking different people. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. You sounded so sure. That's how I felt. Yeah. I felt like that at the time. I don't know. Will bring me peace. Thanks, Teardrop. I appreciate you. Hey, Hex.
She's got it coming after her bullshit yesterday.
I just don't feel like I feel wrong, and that I feel like I wasn't fair. Like, yeah, the hijab is my choice. I get grossed out by people who are like, I like you without the hijab. Why? Like, what is it? That's so weird. No, he doesn't love bomb. He's just always loving. It's just
you are so full of shit. He doesn't love bomb. He's just always loving. Okay, Chantel. Seattle Sapphire says she can accept fake love. She knows he's a scammer. Exactly. I think you're right. Seattle, thank you for the support, hun. I appreciate you. How does he show his love exactly? Because she shows it with money and obsession. She's insane.
Just like, I feel like I portray it that he's in nature controlling in certain ways. Yeah, that's like culturally a lot of Muslim Arab men are like that. Something's going on. It's basically
see, but here's what you're confusing, okay? Sorry, I gotta blow out that candle. You're looking at Salah controlling you and and saying it's a cultural thing and it's a way that they show that they love you or whatever. That doesn't fit for you. The only reason that Salah tries to control you is because he wants to keep you in check. He wants to make sure that somebody doesn't convince you of what the truth is, which is that he's a romance scammer. Like, he has to keep you out of certain situations. Why do you think that she hasn't spent any time with Peter? And if she has spent any time with Peter, it's either one, to piss him off, or two, she's doing it behind his back. It's not because he's controlling. It's because he can't allow her to go around certain people that will convince her of what the actual truth is. And then the money stops coming in. That's why he has to control Chantel the way that he does. It even comes down to people that she's talking to in chat. I'm sure that they have some kind of agreement that she's fallen for, that she's not allowed to talk to certain people in DMs and in private. I have no doubt about it. Anna says, but remember how she wanted Dishwasher to fake love her and he wouldn't? Salah is faking it, but does she know that he's faking it? That's what I can't tell. That's what it really comes down to, Anna. Does she see it for what it is? And again, I go back and forth. Deep down, I think she does, but she's just so fucking desperate that she doesn't care. Like, she's in a worse condition now than she was when she was with Dishwasher and she wanted to be fake loved. So you got to also think about that. If she wanted to be fake loved 200 pounds ago, and she was willing to accept that and she was okay with that, just imagine what she's willing to accept now. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
Basically, the fact that I'm insecure, probably from the past, even though I can't, if I wanted to be in a relationship with him, I can't keep punishing him for that. He has changed a lot, but you know what I mean?
Okay, this person just super chatted Chantel and they said, they're asking a good question. Do you have a plan to be together in person in the future? A long distance relationship would be so hard with no plan for the future. Yes, I want to see how she responds to that. She is the type to offer Salah more money if he tries to cut it off. I do agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just weird, eh? Soft, gentle kicking. Thanks, Hext. Yeah, we had Magic Hat. Thank you. We did have plans. Like, we have definite plans. I won't tell you what they are, but yes, he had told me what he wants, and it's always to be with me. But maybe I read into things too much. I don't know.
So there are plans. She won't say what those plans are, but to answer Magic Cat's question over here, that they have plans to be together. And the way that they worded that was not like, do you have plans to meet up on vacation in Malaysia? Like, do you have plans to actually be together like you were in Kuwait or like you were in Syria? And she's saying yes, that there is a plan for them to be together. Yes, more than likely they've discussed how they're going to get Salah to Canada.
Yeah, I say a lot of things out of anger. Well, I don't know. Do you know, BG? Because I don't know. Hello. I know I'm frustrating, and that's why, I feel really naked that I've shared so much about our relationship. It makes me feel not good.
It's the fact that you're so secretive about everything. That's what brings so much suspicion to your relationship, Chantel. It's the fact that you met this man on worldwide Tinder. In 30 days, he was asking you to marry him and to move to Kuwait. That is what makes the relationship so vulnerable, is because people already know what it is and you can't control that narrative. And that's the part that you don't like. You're like, how could I have done this differently? How could I have presented this differently so he doesn't look like exactly what he is, and which is a romance scammer? That's the part that she regrets the most. It was always about controlling the narrative and them having this perfect marriage, and it was real love, and it was everything that Dishwasher didn't give her. And we all knew that was bullshit, but that got completely blown out of the water once again when Cabela exposed all of those text messages. And then her narrative just went to complete shit. If you really were buying into what Chantel was selling you at that point, you can no longer do that. Radioactive Gaming, hello, Malaysia, and then Canada. He already said so in her chat. The question is how. I agree with that. And you know what? The fact that she's got her YouTube monetization back, and you've seen how Foodie lost her shit. Salah has to keep Chantel in check. He has to keep her calm, and he has to keep her in the dark about whatever the truth is in Syria. And that's exactly, he got her talked off the ledge the other day when she got really bad. And she got really mad to the point that she had nails on and she had her job off and everything. And so now that she's got her YouTube monetization back, he is going to love bomb her and try to give in even more than he ever has, because Now she's got more funds coming in. That she lost her YouTube monetization. She only had Kick. And Salah kind of pissed off. We didn't see him very often. And now she's got YouTube monetization. And not only that, she's using this drama, which I do believe is real, and it's paying off. Like they're bringing in memberships and super chats and they're making money. And I'm sure her numbers are going up. So the more money that she gets, it's not necessarily more money in his pocket, but as soon as all the bullshit is over and they can travel, Malaysia will happen. It's just a matter of when. Radioactive Gaming, when can they meet up in Malaysia? And that is the step before he can get to Canada, according to a lot of people in chat. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Anytime, I don't know.
Cabela's more famous than Chantel for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I've ruined it a lot, like with my anger and just everything. Like I was psychotic in Syria, like really bad.
See, there might be things that he wants, like I'm sure there are people that have messaged Salah that he wants to respond to, that he would like to see if they're serious about what they're offering. Hey, Bunny, good to see you, hun. But he has to be very careful because he can't fuck up what he thinks he might have with Chantel in hopes of maybe somebody like you giving him what he really wants. So he's in a position too. So, and if it wasn't for the whole Cabela situation coming to the internet and Chantel finding out on all that, he might be brave enough to respond to some of those DMs. But now he's not willing to take that chance again. Because I'm sure there are plenty of people that are offering certain things to Salah and you know what I'm saying? But he's not responding because he's like, you guys are probably trolling me and you're going to Cabela me and it's not worth the risk to give up what I could get out of Chantel, whether it's be the money that she's given him or hopes to get to Canada. Like I think he feels like he's locked in and he's pretty confident that Chantel is going to get him what he wants. So let that sink in. That means they know more than we do. Anna says maybe she really doesn't know what's fake and what's real, and that's why she goes back and forth. You know what? That's very well put. I think you could be right about that. It's very true. Like she thinks that, yes, the beginning, obviously, maybe it was a romance scam, but she thinks that she got into a place to where he really is in love with her, and some of it's real and some of it's not. And like you said, she goes back and forth. I think that probably fits the best. And thank you for the support, hun. Something about him being part owner of a business in Malaysia. He could apply for a Malaysian citizenship that he could use to gain entry to Canada. Oh, that's interesting. Stacy says, good morning, Yeva. I tagged you in Foodie Beauty Piggy Bank I made. Okay, girl. I will check it out. And thank you so much for the support. That's exciting. I can believe that. Yes, that actually makes a lot of sense.
And just
because he said it. And I think after he said it, he probably regretted saying it because that really gave a lot away when he said that he needed to get to Malaysia first. That does make a lot of sense.
It's like kind of rude. Like, you know, company would come and I would go, oh my God. And I would go in the room and slam the door and lock it. Because I didn't want to see anybody that day. I can't be around people all the time, you know? And like, I just feel bad that we're so different that way. Sorry, I don't blame you. That's so mean. You guys understand that? Like, yeah, true, Mavro. They were also loud and annoying. Edwin loves music. Welcome to Airport Music East. Diesel powered fridge. When he said that, I'm like, the fridge isn't working. I was annoyed that another fridge wasn't working. Fuck. I need cold water. But every complaint, like that's how I know he really cared, because every single complaint I had, he would bust his ass the very next day to take care of it. You know? I like.
She doesn't realize how significant she is to his life. Like, I mean, she really doesn't get it. And I think you nailed it, Anna. Like, you really fucking nailed it. Like, he is trying to provide everything, like when Foodie is with him, to keep her happy, to keep her wanting to stay in the Middle East, to keep her calm and not show her ass and not draw attention to their situation. Like, so he's going to do nice stuff for her. But it's Chantel. So like he'll fix stuff for you. He'll bring you cold water. But is he really doing it for you, Chantel? Is he really tickling your pickle, Chantel? That's the question. How about that? How about you tell us about that side of things? How good does he do it? Does he make sure that you are a satisfied Canadian woman? I guarantee he doesn't. That's where our boy Salah draws the line.
That fridge was from the 70s, and he like somehow hired somebody to put a whole new motor. It was diesel powered, but it worked. Every single person walking down our damn sidewalk, like, do you have to? Dear God, really?
Exactly, Ash. I don't think a lot of people are realizing he had nothing. No, the first apartment, if you guys remember, like, and a lot of times, like, if you guys are really invested, and I think a lot of you are, and some of you kind of just in passing, whatever, and that's okay. But for the ones who are invested, I encourage you to go back and watch some of the first videos when Foodie went to Kuwait in that very first apartment. And it was like a 1-room apartment, and the refrigerator was in there. But here's the thing. I don't think that Salah was living there before he met Chantel. Here's what I think happened. I think Salah was living with maybe one of his family members or a friend or something like that when he was in Kuwait. And then when he talked to Chantel, I do think that Chantel sent him the money to get him that car that he had, and to pay for that apartment, the very first apartment. I think she funded all of that. And that is very important to remember. I don't believe that he had anything when he met Chantel, not that apartment and not that car. I think she bought and paid for all of it. And that sealed the deal. That is what Salah knew. Like, this is it. She's got the money. She's bought me a car. She's paid for an apartment. I want her here in Canada. She is my fucking lottery ticket. And he made it happen. And it ain't been the same since.
Yeah, no, I know, Scrape. And I don't agree with him, like, calling you guys out. Like, that's weird, but fuck. And I'm not, like, defending everything about him. I'm just, I just really...
It's true. We all need a break every so often. Let me end the poll. We got 917 votes. Does Foodie know she is being romance scammed? 60% say yes and 40% say no. Thank you for your participation. I'm scissoring the fence. I go back and forth. I can't say for sure.
I wish I didn't give people fodder. I need to keep shit to myself regarding my religion. Let people fucking think if I'm fake Muslim, whatever you want to think. I don't care.
And this is not something that we're questioning. Just like we're not questioning whether or not Salah is a romance scammer, we're not questioning your religion. We know for a fucking fact, 100% proven that you are LARPing as a Muslim, just so we're clear.
I just have to, like, do what I want to do and just stop justifying it to people who don't matter, Yes, Foodie Beauty channel.
You know what? You're right. And that's got to be hard listening to people. Like, it's not like we're just out here just fucking throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, we're coming in with facts. We're analyzing this shit. Like, I'm not saying these things because I necessarily dislike Chantel. Believe it or not, Chantel, I don't have any feelings for you. I don't have I don't have hate. I don't have nothing. I find entertainment value in this shit, and I like the story. And that gives me a better way to break down and analyze all this shit when I remove any kind of like emotional connection to you and your story. Is just to take it for face value for what it is. But that's got to be pretty hard to sit here and watch these different reaction channels and clip channels and break it down and analyze everything that she's not willing to do, and force yourself to listen to what makes fucking sense. We make sense. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. And she knows that. And that's what makes her so mad, because again, Foodie has always been in situations, like even as a child with her mom, to where she controlled the narrative. And her mom was just, that's right, Chantel, you're not all those things that those kids say you are. You're a cutie. You're a cutie. And you don't let them tell you any different, okay? You hear? And like the people that are in Chantel's life, if her mom is in Chantel's life to a point to where she's coming over and she's cleaning her apartment, well, then by God, she should be able to look at her daughter and be like, I can't let you continue on in this relationship and let you continue to subject yourself to a romance scammer. But Smee has always been the type to just go along because it's easier for her, because she had Chantel when she was a teenager. She didn't really want to fucking deal with it. So she just gave in to her every single demand. And voila, here's Cutie. Here's who she is. And that's exactly why she is the way that she is. Anna Peters, thank you for the support. I could go into more detail with that, but I better shut up so we can get through this video. I love Stuart.
Visitors every day.
Yes. So true.
Yeah, I know. Coming in and like having a hissy fit. But he probably got like I'm trying to picture if he had a channel and he got online and every time we fought, he went on and complained about me. Like, I'd be fucking hurt, you know? I would be so hurt, and I feel so bad just doing that. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know what's going to come of it, but I went to the movies without a bra.
Oh my God.
Don't show up unannounced constantly. Chili G, right? Someone unbanned Biona. Oh, was she banned in the Great Banning? Anyone know how to unban her? I never wear one ever. Oh my gosh.
You guys think that Smee and her aunt and probably her sister, like they probably have had the conversation. They're very aware of what the situation is, but nobody wants to deal with Chantel. They know as soon as they drop a little bit of a hint of the truth, and Chantel will freak out. Like when Foodie says that she freaked out that day about his family or whatever, she really means it. Like, she's been doing that. She's been showing her ass since the beginning of time. So whenever her family would approach her about a certain topic or something like that they have a problem with, Foodie freaks out. That's so great that you used your own words to describe how you are and how irrational you are when dealing with certain problems and issues. You freak out. So do you think that her mom or her sister or her aunt want to have the conversation to where they're trying to open her eyes to a romance scammer? No, because why? Because she's going to freak the fuck out. They're like, you know what? Hey, this woman is old at this point now. She's in her 40s. She gonna do what she gonna do, girl. And we're just gonna have to be here to support her through it. But are they doing the right thing? Is that how you would handle that if that was your kid? If you were Smee and you had a 41, 42-year-old daughter that had gotten a relationship and it all played out the same way it played out with Chantel, how would you handle that? You would do everything in your power, I would imagine, to keep them from going. But at some point, you got to realize that they're a fucking adult and they're going to do what they're going to do. So sayonara, sucker. If that's what you're going to do, like, I've done my part. There's nothing else I can do, but I'm not going to feed into your delusion. That's where I draw the line for me. I'll do what I can do to try to convince you to stay and see the light. But at that point, I got to realize that you're an adult, but I'm not going to feed into your delusion. Again, that is where I draw the line. I'm not going to feed into it and tell you that this man loves you for your good looks and personality. It's not going to happen over my dead body. And if you don't want to talk to me anymore, well, then that's what we like to call around here a choice.
Yeah, Hex, I'm very impulsive.
You're going to miss me, sweetheart.
In this culture, it's very common to have visitors come every day at all hours, sometimes without even letting you know ahead. Yeah, like I said. Highland Dragonfly. I wish we were together. I did too create. It was good. Did you like it? Oh, Rosie's pregnancy. Oh, yeah.
You know what's so funny about like her couples channel? Like, her couples channel was created. If you go back and you think about when Chantel created the couples channel and the way she presented that to the community, it was to present how great their marriage was and how amazing their life was. And they were so happy and it was genuine and it wasn't a romance scam, that he really loved her for her good looks and personality. Okay. But she gave it away when she came home. And I think it was very recently that she admitted that it's a business deal. That the content was, she even told Salah, you can quit your job and we're going to do content on this channel. So it wasn't because you guys had this great, amazing life and you loved each other. It was because it was a business deal and it's something that you guys did together only because you were able to monetize it. So you gave it away. So you always telling yourself, rule number 1, Chantel lies. Rule number 2, Foodie will always telling herself. The King in Yellow, thank you so much for gifting 10 the YouTube Underground memberships, hun. That Deranged Bunny, Radioactive Gaming, Lucy Liberty, Ginger Snaps, Mariah Jim, JM, Ballistic Goat, Raven Tier. Oh shit, hold on. Ashley Mashley, Cheerful. Let's see. I think I got everybody. Welcome, new members. A word from our sponsor.
You are stronger than you think,
Yes.
braver than you believe,
All right.
and smarter than you know.
That's right. That message is for everybody. King in Yellow, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, also, doctor said my newborn is growing too fast. Oh, no, there's nothing wrong about a big, healthy baby. Don't let anybody tell you any different. My son was huge always for his age. I loved it. That was a big, healthy boy. Don't worry about it. And thank you so much for being a member for 13 months, son. And thank you for the gifted memberships. We appreciate you.
That wasn't real. Like, seriously, we'd be getting all cozy. I just made tea and shisha for us and all getting ready for, like, a nice evening, watching a movie together. Yeah, Salah, like right at the gate. And I'd be like, oh my God, please. And he'd be like, oh, it's my cousin. Sorry, bae. Can you make us coffee? Like, what? Big company. So you're right, Mavra. They just show up. And I was cloud chasers. That would enrage me. And I felt like he's in the middle of this. He has to try to make me happy and he has to make them happy. Especially when they know you were there and all the relatives and family friends want to come visit. Yeah, and I feel bad because they were so excited for me to come and I was a total fucking bitch. Bees are chew. Welcome to Vampire Beach.
Don't get me no dainty baby. I don't want a baby that I feel like I'm going to break. I need me a big old fat little baby. Okay, those are more durable. You can be a little bit more rough with them.
He can make us. No, you don't know how to make coffee. That's the women's job there.
Our stories are horrible, Fondue. Like there's nothing of substance there. Like this woman has been living in the Middle East. We're supposed to believe that she's been living her best life with her soulmate. And these are the stories that you come back and you report to your audience to prove that this was an amazing marriage, not even a relationship, but a marriage. Womp womp.
Nor taught me how to properly make it. I had to be shown by 3 different aunties, but they all make it a different way. Anyway, I figured it out, but he's going to choose his family over you. Yeah, probably. Practice makes perfect. Turkish coffee. Yeah, that's what we were having there a lot. Like, Arabic coffee, Turkish is kind of the same. I tried to understand you so much, Molly. Oh, Cleo, appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, by the way.
So again, let me just kind of say this again, because I know people are like hyper focused right now. And I just want to say that I'm not saying that you guys are wrong, but I'm going to say why I believe 100% that it's not even a doubt in my mind that is Salah in Chantel's chat, because Chantel is Salah's meal ticket. She is his everything right now. Like he is probably living his life with the thought of being rescued out of Syria by Chantel, by whatever she can do, to get him out of there. Okay. And even if that's not the case, like his survival and his family's survival, I believe also comes down to the fact that Chantel is still financially supporting him and his family. Like he's that desperate. And I kind of get why he is. Like even though I don't like him, I understand, but I don't even question. As far as like his English in chat, a lot of that could be Chat GPT. I mean, there were times where I went along with that theory back in the day or whatever, like when she would come home to visit, or maybe the last time that she moved back to Canada, I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a fake Salah. And then he pops back up. I think we all have enough evidence as a community to know that this desperado is going to hold out until the bitter fucking end. But I feel like that there is a lot of things going on in Syria, a lot of things his family has put a stop to. I seen somebody mention somewhere that his dad is in Syria. Like they said it as a fact, or maybe Chantel did. I don't know. I missed something. Okay. I am a stream behind. Yeah, mine was too, MC. So my point is, if his dad is there and if he is hiding that he is still communicating with Chantel, there is only so much he can show. There's only so much video chatting that he can do. There's only so much texting that Salah can do. And then to add another layer to things, if Salah is actually married, whether it be to a cousin wife, to a cousin, or just a woman in general, then he doesn't have the time that Foodie is going to demand while she's in Canada. So he has to balance this somehow. Like, Foodie demands a lot. And by a lot, I mean she wants communication with Salah around the clock. Like, she is willing to put off her streaming to a bare minimum if it means that she can talk to him. We've seen it happen. So as soon as he stops giving her the attention, hey, Ham, good to see you, hun, she starts to freak out. So the question is, will he be able to juggle this and make this happen and keep Chantel from losing her absolute shit and coming online and spilling it all? That is the entertainment that you have to look forward to going forward, in my opinion. Anna says they both think the other is going to rescue them. Very true and very well said. And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. It's hard, I know. Being self-aware but mentally ill is the worst because you be acting like a crazy person. And you know you are, but that won't stop you unless you know the tools to make it stop. Yeah. Yeah, Syria was... What was stressful about it, number one, was like the conditions after a while. Like, I was starting to deal, like, I was able to deal at first, but then it just piled on. Like, first it got too hot and, you know, there was no AC. Then we got a fridge, but the fridge wasn't working, like in our first apartment in Syria. Then the washer wasn't working. We had no water at one point. The internet was shit.
Yes, I agree with that. And Shoe Girl, okay, here's what I think, or at least here's what I think right now, because it does tend to change. I think Salah's family wants him to, like you said, have a traditional life in Syria, get married, have kids, settle down. I think Salah wants out. I think Salah has fantasized and is super obsessed with Canada, with the Western world, whether it be going to Canada, America, whatever. Like, he wants a part of that. He doesn't want to be there. I don't even think he wanted to be in Kuwait. I think he wanted out of Kuwait. Like, he wants a different life. He's, again, obsessed with the Western culture. Even with Chantel, like, I don't think he's necessarily grossed out. Like, yeah, I think he thinks that Chantel is weird to do all that and she's a woman, but he also justifies that because she's from Canada. I don't think Salah is sexually attracted to Chantel, but I think that Salah thinks that Chantel is cool because she's Canadian and she has this YouTube channel and she makes money. And he's like, man, I would love to do that. I would love to go to Canada and live and be like the Syrian Jim Carrey. That is his dream. That is his all-time goal. So I think he fights back with his family because he doesn't want a life. Like, I think Foodie is telling the truth when she says some of these things. You got to dig through and you got to dissect and you got to figure out the truth for your own. When Foodie sits there and says that Salah tells her that he doesn't want to get married, he doesn't want to have kids in Syria, I really honestly think he might not. He really might not. I think he wants to go to fucking Canada. And if he gets married in Syria and if he has kids in Syria, then how the fuck is he ever going to get out and go live the life that he wants to live in Canada? So now that I'm saying that out loud and I'm really actually thinking about it, do I really think that Salah has a baby on the way? I think he's trying to avoid that. I think there's a possibility that he's been pressured into getting married. I think his dad probably insisted on that, but I don't think that I think he's trying to prevent having children. However, he's going to do that. You know what I mean? I think he wants to get the fuck out. I think he wants to go to Canada, guys. I think that's the truth of the matter. And if he has a wife and if he has kids, he can't just fucking abandon everybody, and he's not going to be able to take his kids with him. So again, there is some truth in some things that Foodie is saying. Yeah, if so, not by choice. Exactly, Kataria. It'll be not by choice. And I think that's why he wants this Malaysian trip to happen sooner than later. Like, everything that just happened, I think there was a trip that was planned. I think that was true. I think Foodie paid for it. I think she paid payments and got it paid off and they were going to go. And then this whole shit broke out in the Middle East. So the plug got pulled on that. So that put a whole damper on the vacation. She's not mad about it because she's really not in any condition to travel. He's the one that needs to make it happen. It needs to happen now before he ends up getting that fucking wife of his, that cousin of his, pregnant, and he ain't leaving. He ain't going nowhere. I don't think he would anyways. Maybe he would. Who knows?
So it's just like piling up. And then
I feel like I just had some kind of fucking moment because I've never really put that together. I've never said that. I've never really considered that he really doesn't want a wife and kids in Syria. He wants out, bitch. He wants out. He doesn't want to be there. Like he really is he's the weird one in his family. He doesn't want a wife and a bunch of kids. And, he wants to fucking go live in Canada and live that life the culture that he's really obsessed with.
A lot of the time, like the way people socialize there, like he would drop me off with the women and I don't speak Arabic. And they don't speak any English. And he would leave me for couple of like maybe an hour or two to go with the men to socialize. And I'm just like, and then like sometimes we wouldn't go home because the car would break down. And I'm just like, I just want to get home to Julia. And we had no choice but to stay overnight one time. It was just like stressful things after stressful things. But then finally, whenever he was able to get the house fixed up, and I didn't pay for any of that shit, by the way, not that it's anyone's business, but it was him and his brother. It's their family home.
That is a good question, Unwashed Fupa. I have to sit on that one for a minute because I feel like everything that I just said made a lot of sense. And now that you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, that is true. He did say that. And maybe, eventually he does want kids and he does want to marry. But do you think that he wants to do that in Syria? Like, it's very obvious Salah wants to be in Canada. So maybe he wanted kids with Cabela in Canada. That's always possible, right? I don't know.
So, yeah, and made it comfortable for me. Like I felt, it was better. I felt at home that way. It's not my lifestyle or culture, yeah. No, I don't think we could ever go back to Kuwait. I don't want to go back there. No, not to live. No, I don't want to live there.
Hey, Cabela, exactly.
No AC was rough, teardrop. Oh, I thought it was going to be fine with a fan. Oh, no. I would wake up drenched in sweat. And then the power. We didn't have solar at first. That's right. So we had to rely on government electric, which meant that the fan would only work when the government power would be on. Yes, Nina. And I felt bad because I was flipping out. And he has to already deal with it too. He's not used to that. And on top of that, have to deal with me when he didn't. He's like, I told you that's why not to come because I know you and you're not going to be able to adapt. And I was like, I can't. I just want to be with you. Like, I don't care. But I did care. Way too introverted for that life. Yeah. I need to. Yes. Says Biona.
Look at it like this, Fupa. Okay, this is good, right? Like, I don't know all the ins and outs, obviously, with citizenship or anything like that, especially in Canada. But so we're talking about Cabela. Cabela's, you're in the United States, right? I think that's a known fact. So let's think about this, right? We don't think that, or at least I don't believe that Salah wants a wife and kids in Syria. I absolutely don't believe that, especially today. I'm like, wow, it finally just fucking hit. But getting somebody pregnant, that's from America or for Canada might be in his benefit, might work out in his, I don't know. What do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? Like that would make more sense than him getting somebody pregnant in Syria where he doesn't want to be. Maybe make, even if it's not going to help him as far as like visa status, just making Cabela more committed. Like she's not going to go anywhere if I can get her pregnant. She has my kids type deal situation. Anchor baby. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll unblock you when I can. Must have AC. Yes. It's a very different process. And I don't know if I want to live with him here.
Yeah, scammers do it all the time. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You feel feral and violent? 90 teardrop? Oh my god. She's, you would argue over who complained more. Yes. Yeah, soft. It was bad. I underestimated it. I was just, all I cared about was beelining to him. I just missed him and Julia so bad. And I was over camping.
So that's how serious it is. Who said that in chat? Like, I'm not able to pin some of these comments that I'm seeing. His goal is just to get out of Syria. And somebody said earlier how they were messaging him and they were offering him Canadian citizenship, green card, or whatever. But I think, especially after the Cabela situation, like he realizes that the majority of these people are fucking with him and they're trolling him. And he is really confident that he feels strongly that even though it's taken this long, that Chantel is going to eventually provide him with what he wants. So he doesn't it's not like it's loyalty or it's not love, that's keeping him to respond back to these other women. He knows. He knows how psycho Chantel is. And even though she's very desperate and she did run back to him very fast after the whole Cabela situation, he's still taking a big chance that she might not continue to run back, especially when they can't actually physically be together. Like their whole situation is more delicate now than it ever has been because yes, she did run back to Salah after Cabela, but they could physically be together. And when you can physically be together, you can gaslight and you can manipulate a lot easier than you can through text and voice calls and things like that. So right now, he really does have to be very, very careful with making her upset, making the beast angry and upset, and finding out that he's talking to other women and trying to get citizenship and blowing his quote unquote cover that he thinks that he still has. Salah really thinks that he's outsmarted the whole community. And for whatever reason, even though we put this motherfucker in thousands of thumbnails and put romance scammer right next to his fucking picture, he thinks that we don't know what he's up to. And I think that's funny as shit. Hello, Fumos. If you look up the word pathetic in a dictionary, you'll find a picture of both Foodie and Salah as prime examples. I agree. And thank you so much for the support. Today's been a really great support group day.
Canada, the drama of being fucking stalked and doxxed, harassed, the fucking apartment drama bullshit. I wanted the fuck out of here. You know? And even Syria was more appealing than that shithole depressing apartment. Yeah, Michelle. There were men on street corners with guns. They were our protectors. Bugs in the woods. The apartment situation. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. That landlord was a freak of nature. Yeah, and I hope you're watching, you fucking arsehole. Sorry. I hate that guy. Your stupid bottles of fancy olive oil in your window. Would they like if people were harassing where they live? Yeah, and I wouldn't do that. I'm not a fucking loser. I don't know. I'm not about to harass people where they live. You know? But anyway, I was just over it. But anyways.
Girl, I'll never forget when he did that. I was fucking dead. Like, bro, you never played the game. That dude was such a fucking joker when he did that. And I was watching, I'm like, Chantel didn't take her Switch. Not only did she not take her Switch, they don't even own the game. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think it's better just from now on. I can see the plow.
Yeah, and that dude's like an older man. I highly doubt that he's interested in what Foodie Beauty is doing on her YouTube channel. Come on, Chantel, get real. Remember when she raised it at Cigarette that day?
Dad, if you're watching this, sue Slimer.
I can promise you, Chantel, your dad didn't watch you when you were a kid. He's definitely not watching you as a full fucking grown adult show your ass on the internet. Mr. DW, hello. No wonder Smee may be done after the apartment. Oh, yeah. But I feel like if you guys have picked up a little bit of like Smee's behavior, she's definitely coming back around. I think Smee definitely was pissed and upset about a lot of things after the apartment situation, but I think Foodie has done a great job, getting her back into her life. She's giving her clothes, she's taking her out for dinner, she's cleaning her apartment. Those are very telling signs that Smee is basically forgiven her little cutie, don't you know? Thank you for being a member, hun. She just cleaned, that wasn't even a month ago. She cleaned recently, I believe.
Really? Is it late where you are? Seems late.
Courtney says he loves me because he bought me 100+ games. That's right, girl. And thank you for the support, hun. I can't even look at. Yeah, Salah is very embarrassing. Like Salah is I don't even know what the right word is to describe how I feel about Salah. I'd have to think about it for a second. Shmi is worried. She can see the state that she's in. Yeah, and Foodie said it the other day that her mom was so happy that she wasn't traveling to Malaysia. And it's not that she's worried about like Foodie traveling to Malaysia. I'm sure she is to some extent, but I think mostly, look at that still, bitch. Look at the still. Her concern is because of Chantel's health. Like if your daughter's 500 pounds and uncontrolled diabetic and all of bad liver, bad heart, bad lungs, using CPAP for extra oxygen, you've got yourself a couple issues there, girlfriend. That's, I think, where her concern mostly comes from. That is a hell of a still, isn't it? My goodness.
Yeah, when I decided to go to the movie, I was like just laying here all depressed, and I was like, you know what? I could still make it. It feels like no matter how late I get there, they're still playing the fucking pre-show and the stupid commercials. There's a really good movie coming out May
You heard the screenshot, huh?
16th. I don't know why they advertise it now and get our hopes up. But it's called Obsession, I think. And it's like this guy makes a wish. He gets one wish and he makes a wish that got meant to just really buckle in or catch a frisbee, probably. She's a Wonder Woman, I'm telling you. You saw the trailer for Obsession? Devil Wears Torrid 2. Yeah, it looks stupid.
The problem with Salah coming to Canada now, Dimples, is that he's going to want to come to Canada and he's going to want to do shit. I don't think that he's immediately going to go out and start, sticking his cupcake recipe in any woman that's going to allow him. But he's going to want to get out. He's going to want to do shit. Salah is obviously still very young. I mean, fuck, Foodie's even young, right? He's going to want to explore. It's going to be like his first time really out of that situation. And by the time that happens, because who knows how, if is a big one, like if, but let's say it does. Let's play along, just entertain it. We don't know like the time frame that we're talking about. And things are just getting worse. They're getting worse and worse and worse. So when you think about the things that Salah is, that he's saying to Chantel and why he's pushing Chantel to get healthy, which I do believe that he is. And I think he's telling her, I don't care about how you look. I just want you to be healthy. That's the truth. He doesn't fucking care how ugly she is because he's not actually attracted to her. But he needs her. He needs her to be able to travel to Malaysia. He needs her when he gets approved in Canada. Like, well, what are we going to do? Like, if you're just bedbound, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Who's going to show me around? Who's going to take me to my appointments if you're not physically capable to do any of this shit? And for her, it still won't register. Like it does not click, or she's forcing it not to click because she's fucking funkled. There's also that.
I saw the commercial. I don't even like the number one. The Devil Wears Torrid. A blessing in disguise. Yeah.
So him coming to Canada, and I'm not saying that he is. And I know a lot of people, they always get really ragey for good reason. I totally get it. When people speculate on Salah coming to Canada, I'm just saying, anything's possible, and we always say that she's not going to do things, and then she ends up doing them. So I've learned not to do that anymore. I don't think that Salah will get to Canada, but I don't know. Like the way that somebody laid it out in chat earlier with the Malaysia shit and the business, I could kind of see it, maybe. But if he does make it to Canada, it's going to be quite entertaining to see what happens. Like interesting, maybe not entertaining, but interesting to see how that plays out and where the relationship goes.
I was looking forward to seeing him, but I don't know.
Because regardless, whether or not that she can go out and physically do things with Salah, he's going to. That's what she needs to understand, and she might want to get in check right fucking now, because if he actually comes to Canada, regardless of her physical capabilities, he's going to go out and he's going to do shit in Canada. He's not going to lay up in an apartment, smoke shisha, smell your farts, and watch horror movies with you, Chantel. The man is going to go out and going to explore in Canada. So be ready.
Ugh.
You might want to start working on your stamina now, girlfriend. Get yourself out of the mobility scooter.
Thought of working on myself.
It's so funny that Foodie has just let herself believe. Salah the poop lord. Foodie has literally let herself be gaslit into believing the lie that Salah has said. Like, and he really does. But the thing is, it's not a lie because it's true. He doesn't care that about you being fat. He doesn't care. And Chantel, that was him telling you because he doesn't fucking like you like that. He doesn't see you as wifey material. He sees you as what you can do for Salah. That's it. I don't want you to lose weight so you're more attractive, okay? I want you to be healthier so you can take care of me longer and get me to Canada and pay my bills and buy me a car and get me settled. And then you can gain all the weight that you want and then go out to be with the sea. I don't care because I'm in Canada.
Don't get down here.
That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt real bad, and you really got it coming.
Yeah. Devil Wears Torrid. Oh my God, BBJ, the things you say sometimes. A trip would test out, yeah. The 7 topping dominoes. Oh, my stomach, man.
And once he's in Canada and once he's settled, he could find somebody that he's attracted to. And then he could have the desire to have children once he finally gets what he really wants. And what he really wants is to be in Canada. That is when. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm moving my chess pieces around. Okay. I'm imagining moving my chess pieces around the board, right? I'm going to take the cousin wife situation off the board. Okay. Well, maybe the cousin wife situation is there, but there definitely is no pregnant cousin wife, because I think if cousin wife becomes pregnant, if there's a cousin wife, and if cousin wife becomes pregnant and then Salah knows that he's fucking stuck like Chuck and he can't go nowhere because he's got a baby coming, then he will disappear from Chantel's life. But I think he's trying to do what he can do to prevent anything like that happening.
I had popcorn. I put that popcorn topping on it, that weird yellow sauce. And I had some.
Are you team no cousin wife? Okay, so my question to you, cat lady, before you came to today's stream, were you team cousin wife? Because let me tell you something. I've been team cousin wife for a minute. I'm like, fuck yeah, Salah is married. But then like I'm starting to like put these things together. I'm like, well, what? That don't make sense. That don't make sense if that's the case. And this is, I do believe at the end of the day, Salah really wants to go to Canada. His family thinks that he is a fucking weirdo because he won't get married to cousin wife and have 7 kids. Like, they're like, what the fuck's the problem, bro? Like, get this bitch pregnant. What are you waiting on? And he's like, well, motherfucker, I want to get to Canada. And his family don't agree with that. They want him to, like people said in the chat, live a traditional life, be in Syria, you know, and move on. But he don't want that. So I was team cousin wife before today, but I can say at least right now that I am team. I don't believe that there's a cousin wife. I don't think so. And there could have been maybe a forced marriage, but he's definitely not trying to get that bitch pregnant. I'll leave it at that.
Reese's Pieces. He can only go to like 2 places with his Syrian passport, so Malaysia's one of them. That's why. Trust me, I wouldn't pick that. Although I can't say that. It's probably a beautiful country and there's monkeys and things, but I mean, it reminds me a lot of like Thailand. But he really likes the, you know.
Here's the thing though, that kind of does make Salah special, you know, is considering where he comes from and his culture and everything like that. The fact that he won't just do what he's supposed to do, settle down and have kids and, you know, live a life. That kind of does already make him special right there. And that's what his family's fucking thinking. Like, what's wrong with this motherfucker? Look at this fucking Canadian that he's done brought home. You know, his family probably thought about that situation. And then to find out like the woman is damn near old enough to be his mom and now she can't even have kids. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, my guy? Like, what is going on here?
So irrational.
So not only are they talking about Chantel, right? And they have lots to say about, obviously, Chantel. Please believe they have lots to say about their own little Salah. Salah is the equivalent of Smee's cutie. You know, like they get certain ways that they approach certain situations and things they are willing and things they are not willing to say to Salah. I don't believe men are forced to get married the same way as women. Oh, that's a good, yeah. Hey, you could be right about that, Ash.
Like
okay, so the dad, because Buttercrumpet, me and you kind of talked about that before. The dad coming to Syria could have been for a visit. Could have been because when he visits Syria, he does go to the family home. It is his home. And maybe the dad made sure that Chantel was out of the property. There's also that. We don't necessarily know that there was a marriage or a forced marriage. We have to remember that.
Seriously, picture like him and his Madafa with like 5 virginal women like massaging his feet and like I told him that once. He's like, you are really fucked it. You need help.
I'm gonna tap that back because I know I kind of talked through that. This is a dream that Chantel had about Salah and about 5 virgin women rubbing his feet. Are you okay? Are you all right there, Chantel? That's very bizarre.
Like, I'm so irrational. Like, I seriously picture like him and his Madafa with like 5 virginal women like massaging his feet and like I told him that once. He's like, you are really fucked it. You need help. He's like, my dad is living.
Did she say virginal? I don't know.
You're with me.
You're pack your bags more. You're coming to America.
We're convinced it was meant to be because of the olive trees. Julia loves them.
Oh, House of Power Music said Salah's brother lives in a family home too. She let that slip out. Really? Well, I think you guys got to understand that she made that place pretty comfortable while she was there. AC, water tanks, refrigerator, washer. There was some like remodeling that I do believe was done. Like it sounds like it's pretty, the big screen TV. Just remember, a man can father children to the day he dies. He doesn't have a ticking clock like women. Devil woman, exactly. So he's got time. Hell, he's got the time. If he wants to have children when he's 40, he fucking can do that, you know? And I think that's what we're seeing here. She just said the dad lives with him. Also interesting. So the dad is still in Syria, is what people are saying.
They put crack in the movie theater popcorn.
Butter Crumpet says, unless she's seen them, it's lies. He's hiding his wife. Oh, so you're going with cousin wife. Okay. Oh, she just said it. Tap it back. Let me tap it back a little bit. I got to go here in a minute. I got some things I got to take care of today. It is Sunday. It is the Lord's Day.
My issues. I'm not healthy, you know? Can more catch a frisbee, probably. She's a Wonder Woman, I'm telling you. You saw the trailer for Obsession? Devil Wears Torrid 2. Yeah, it looks stupid. I saw the commercial. I don't even like the number 1. The Devil Wears Torrid. A blessing in disguise. Yeah. I was looking forward to seeing him, but
yes, exactly. Think about when she was going off on him. She said something like, well, just stay here and have 100 kids and struggle, which she's using that against him because she knows that's what he doesn't want. Exactly. Like I do. And again, I have to say this because I don't think that Salah is completely grossed out by Chantel. And that's because he doesn't. That's like Chantel's like his homie. That's his bro, you know, that's his dude. Like Chantel is his friend. He doesn't look at Chantel in a romantic, and you can see like the interaction between them when he's like pinching her face and he's patting her face. It's and patting her head. It's also weird. It's also friend coded. So yeah, I'm sure that, you know, he's vented to her what he wants in life and vice versa. But he, at the end of the day, he doesn't picture like the end result ever being with Chantel.
I don't know. Ugh. The thought of working on myself.
No, baby.
Don't get down, yeah. Devil Wears Torrid. Oh my god, BBJ, the things you say sometimes. A trip would test out, yeah.
And so when you think about it, so like you think about Chantel and Peter's relationship and how it's kind of like, you can tell that they actually care about each other. Like Peter genuinely cares about Chantel in that way. And I think that's where Foodie is having such a problem seeing through the bullshit, because I think at the end of the day, to some extent, Salah does somewhat care about Chantel. And I think she's made that really hard on him, especially recently with the things that she said and her actions and the way, you know, that she acted when they were in Syria. But outside of that, I think that Salah does somewhat care about Chantel as a friend. So again, it's even harder to see through the bullshit. Like he has conversations where he like probably even misses Chantel and he's excited to talk to her and have these phone calls with her. Like he gets to talk to a Canadian and they get to have these conversations, and he tells her stuff that she tells him stuff like that he wants to hear about Canada and get him more excited about Canada. Like, so for her, it all seems genuine because to some extent it is, but just not in the manner that she believes, which is obviously husband and wife.
The 7 topping dominoes. Oh, my stomach, man. I had popcorn. I put that popcorn topping on it, that weird yellow sauce. And I had some Reese's Pieces. He can only go to like 2 places with his Syrian passport, so Malaysia's one of them. That's why. Trust me, I wouldn't pick that. Although I can't say that. It's probably a beautiful country and there's monkeys and things, but I mean, it reminds me a lot of like Thailand. But he really likes the, you know. Like, I'm so irrational. Like, I seriously picture like him and his Madafa with like 5 virginal women like massaging his feet, and like I told him that once. He's like, you are really fucked it. You need help. He's like, my dad is living here with me.
Oh, okay. She did say it. How did I miss that? God, nice call. Nice catch. So she's claiming, and Butter Crumpet calls bullshit. She calls DuckTales that the dad is living there. I don't know what to think about that situation. I don't know. I really don't know. That's too much. Listen, guys, I feel like we've kind of uncovered some stuff here today. So going any further than that is going to be an overload for me, and I'm gonna fucking spark out or some shit, and then my foodie brain is going to be broke, and I'm not going to be able to react to this properly. So let's do this. Okay, let's call it for today. All right, because now I got to reevaluate everything, because I really was convinced myself like baby's on the way and cousin wife and just wants money, but now I'm like, wait a minute, bitch, that don't even make sense. So now I got to really go home and kind of maybe go over my own notes. I don't know. But thank you all so much for at least listening to my bullshit, whether if it's a crazy conspiracy theory that I'm known to have, that's totally fine. Or if you're on board with me, I'm here for all of it. So hopefully we'll be here same time, same place tomorrow. Well, 9:00 regular time tomorrow, I believe. Just watch for the notification, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you guys so much. Bye.